I totally get being overwhelmed to declutter. I've talked to you about this over and over again. I myself was extremely overwhelmed getting started on the decluttering process. But one thing I think that can be extremely helpful is just breaking things down into little 5-minute bursts or 5-minute decluttering tasks. So today I want to give you about 20 different 5-minute decluttering tasks that you can do just to get yourself moving, get yourself out of a rut. And I also wanted to mention, don't forget that there is power behind just getting rid of one thing. If you do this over and over again, it will add up to be a lot. So even if you just declutter one pair of shoes, one purse, one thing off of the kitchen counter, it will over time make a difference. So don't ever feel like you don't want to get started because just decluttering for 5 minutes or decluttering one little item isn't going to matter. It's not going to make any difference. It absolutely is. You're going to chip away at your home. So let's talk about some 5-minute decluttering tasks that are going to help you get your home more under control. Let's go back to purses. This is something that you can go through really, really quickly and just take 5 minutes. Even if you take 5 minutes one day and then 5 minutes the next day or the next week, if the project isn't technically done in your mind, like if you feel like I could still declutter more and I've already used up my 5 minutes, just pause the project, but get the ones that you have decluttered and decided on out of your space. So go through your purses, see if there is maybe a couple of purses that you haven't used. If you're like me, you go back to the same purse over and over again year round. So go through your purses. This should only take you 5 minutes because you know the purse or the purses that you always gravitate towards anyway. One drawer. This could be the junk drawer, a drawer in your office, a drawer in your bathroom if you have drawers. I don't, but that is also one that would work. You could also do dresser drawers. Just one drawer you should be able to tackle in about 5 minutes. So just pick one. Come back to the other drawers a different day. Give yourself 5 minutes and chip and chip and chip away. And before long, the whole dresser will be done. Mail is tricky. I totally know, because every time we get the mail, I am tempted to come home and just set it on the counter. But I've noticed the best thing to do is just to take 5 minutes and open up all the envelopes. You can actually recycle a lot of paper this way. Go ahead and get those extra envelopes out of the way. Try and get things set up on automatic payment. That's another thing that you can do with 5 minutes is get your bills, your mail set up on automatic, and it will just completely eliminate the clutter. But if you don't want to do that, at least try and spend 5 minutes, I would say every day, so you don't accumulate mail. Just spend 5 minutes going through the mail, put things that need to be paid, bills, somewhere where you will remember, and then honestly, I've noticed that most everything else is junk. So pay your bills, throw away the rest. I highly recommend getting some bins or baskets for your pantry. This is the way I've organized. I've had my pantry like this for a couple of years, and I absolutely believe in this system. It makes it really easy to pull out the bins, see what you have. It also makes it very easy to declutter because you can just pull out one basket if you don't have a lot of time and go through it. This is awesome. If you don't do anything else as far as like organization goes in your home, because I'm not an organization guru at all. I like to just declutter and then keep things pretty simplified. But as far as like super fancy organizing, I don't really get into it. But for the pantry, I am a firm believer in the bin method. All right, your nightstand is another quick little 5-minute declutter. I just like keeping books and my planner in there, and that's about it. I like keeping this area pretty clear. I know some people like to store a lot of different things. My husband is one of those people. His nightstand is full to capacity. He's got a lot of things in there. For me, that doesn't really work. I like to just have a few of the things that I am reading and then a planner, and that's about it. But let me know what you like to keep in your nightstand. Kids like art supplies, paint, chalk, markers, crayons. Go through this in about 5 minutes. See if the paint is totally mud and you can't revive it. Do you have a ton of broken crayons that you could save for a little DIY crayon project that is also really quick and really, really fun? See if you can eliminate any dried out markers. Check them really fast. 5 minutes, improve the space. So let's talk about the fridge. You can declutter one shelf, one drawer in about 5 minutes. This includes wiping things down. Just get that section of the fridge decluttered and cleaned, and it will make a difference. I've mentioned this, but I love Dana K. White, and she always says better is better, and I believe it. Better is better. Like I said, just declutter one purse and it's better. So just go through one shelf or one drawer in your fridge and it will have improved that area. So that's just another quick 5-minute task. If you absolutely love books and you have a really hard time getting through them, decluttering them, deciding if you want to keep them.
Hi!
What are you doing? You saying hi? Oh, sweet girl. I love books. I love having them. I love my kids having them. So one thing you can do is just chip away at your book collection 5 minutes at a time. Just go through one section, one shelf, and see if there's anything that nobody is reading. We seem to go back and back to our old favorites anyway. So whatever the kids aren't reading and whatever you're done reading, you can pass on to a library or an orphanage or a women and children's center, or you can always just give it to the donation center near you, like the Goodwill. But if you have a hard time with books, set the timer for 5 minutes. I think sometimes we get a little bit of anxiety decluttering, but if you can actually see the time ticking away, I think it's really helpful because you can see I'm almost there. I'm so close. I have 1 minute left. So set a timer, go for 5 minutes, and see if you can make the area better. All right, what about the doors in your car? I feel like this is another one of those really, really fast projects that you can just do right away. 5 minutes, declutter that door. I always have little pieces of trash shoved in there, and it takes less than 5 minutes. Let's be honest, that's a 1 minute challenge. Just get rid of all of the trash in the car door. Check all of them. Check the kids in the back, check the passenger door, and just take a little garbage sack out there and just fill it up. Should take 5 minutes or less. The front of the fridge is another really, really quick decluttering project. One way that I have helped cut down clutter on my fridge is to only own 2 magnets. That has really helped me not get overwhelmed with putting pictures, bills, kids' artwork on the fridge. I totally think that you should display your kids' artwork and you should put pictures up in your house, but I don't feel like the refrigerator is the place for it. It is definitely convenient because it's magnetic, and how easy is that? But it definitely has a very cluttered look, and I personally don't like having that kind of stuff on my own fridge. Ooh, expired beauty products, makeup products. Go through your makeup bag really quickly. Spend 5 minutes. Is there an eyeliner in there that you haven't used in forever? Do you have a cracked blush? I just decluttered my favorite blush the other day because it was completely shattered. Declutter your kitchen counter space. This will only take you 5 minutes, hopefully, just 5 little minutes. And if this is more of like a 15, 30 minute, 1 hour long project, it is totally fine. Just spend 5 minutes making it better. Ooh, I mentioned earlier about decluttering your junk drawer. You know, this, if your junk drawer is anything like mine, it can definitely be a longer than 5 minute project. But if you can just commit to decluttering 10 items from your junk drawer in 5 minutes, then you have absolutely won. So just try and set a limit of number items. I think 10 items in 5 minutes is completely reasonable. And if you get into a space in your house that is really overwhelming, there's a lot of stuff, just commit to 10 items in 5 minutes, and that will really, really help. Take 5 minutes and go through your email. This is one that really can get out of control if you're not careful and if you're not watching it. So I recommend just taking 5 minutes, going through, deleting emails, and replying to emails could also be one, but that's not really decluttering. Just delete the emails that you do not need and do not want anymore. I think you can probably delete, like, I don't know, 50 emails in 5 minutes, maybe more. You can be incredibly, incredibly productive. Okay, your entryway. This is one that I've talked about recently as a place to always declutter first. If you're going to be doing any decluttering project, I like to say always start in the entryway because it is the first area that guests see when they walk through the door. So like I have this little basket, it's kind of a catch-all, and it's a really good idea for me to go through that. And it only takes me 5 minutes, but before I'm even gonna declutter something else, like a little bit of a longer decluttering project, say I'm gonna go through my closet, I'll go and hit up the entryway first, just to make sure this area that my guests always see when first walking into my home is kept clutter-free. So I do not have drawers in my bathroom. I just have a countertop and then a little cupboard space underneath. And in the cupboard space, I have just put little bins and containers, and I've kind of categorized, like I said, I'm not a big organizer, but I do like to group like things together. So it would just take me 5 minutes to go through one, maybe even two of these little bins and see if there's anything that I can eliminate or declutter. I've just made it really, really simple. Oh, and I have another bin for like blow dryer, curling iron, hairspray. But other than that, it's pretty simple. So it would just take me 5 minutes to go through one of these little bins. I talk and talk about linens. I love just having the one set of linens on my bed and one set of linens for everybody in the house, but I don't really talk about the linens in the kitchen. This is a 5-minute project. You can go through the linen drawer and see, does anything need to be replaced, recycled? Is there something that just has like a huge stain on it that you can't remove? Do you have too many little hand towels? And if you do, I say put them aside in your life reserve. There are some things that I truly think that you can keep as a backup in your home to kind of save you a hassle later. I am always replacing dish rags. It's just how it is. I wear them out pretty quickly and then I need more. So I can set aside some backups. But if your drawer is not closing very well, take a few out and just set them aside and use them for later. Your wallet is super easy. You can do this fast, 5 minutes while you're sitting in line at the drive-thru, while you're sitting in line to pick up your kids. 5 minutes is all you need to declutter old receipts, old coupons, because even if you have a coupon doesn't mean you should shop, right? I've learned that. So just go ahead and go through your wallet and declutter all this stuff that you're not going to use. See if there's any nail polish that is really old, expired, separated. You can tell also by smelling it that it is just not good anymore. If it's really sticky and goopy, it's just not going to apply well. I kind of already touched on this a little bit because I talked about the bathroom and the drawers and the little bins that I have, but hair care products, go through. Is there something you don't use? Is there maybe like a half-used bottle that you can move to the front or put in your shower that you can use up? If you're like me, I just keep going back to my staples. I have one hairspray that I love and one dry shampoo that I love. Everything else, I can go ahead and declutter because I just don't use it. All right, my friend, let me know if there is any other quick 5-minute task that you think should be included in this list. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.